Alright, so we're looking at a limiting reagent problem here. Remember, with limiting reagents we're always being given two reactants and we're trying to figure out which one might get used up first. Our method is to figure out the number of moles of each and then divide by the number of moles in the reaction equation. And this is in the spirit of what I described before, and I'll do it again over here, is the cheese sandwich reaction. And to make a cheese sandwich we use 2 bread plus 1 cheese, and that would give us 1 sandwich. And if we had 10 slices of bread and 6 cheese, I'd want you to understand that we could only make 5 sandwiches, and we'd have 1 slice of cheese left over. And the reason for that is because we can see that if we took 10 bread and divided it by 2, and we know that 2 is up here, we get 5 sandwiches, and 6 cheese would make 6 sandwiches, so the maximum we can get is actually 5. We're doing something similar here. We're dividing by the number of moles in the reaction equation, much the same way as I'm taking the 10 and dividing by 2 to get number of possible sandwiches I could get from this number of from this amount of bread. Alright, so looking at the problem, I'm starting out 20.0 grams of H2. The first thing we're going to do is find out the number of moles of H2 we've got. So we know grams of H2 will go on the bottom, and we know that moles of H2 will go on top. The relationship is 1 mole of H2 is equal to 2.02 grams of H2. We get that from up here. And it's times and then a line, and it's going to be 1 over 1 mole of H2. Now the 1 mole comes from here because there's only 1 mole in the reaction. So we can see what we're doing is dividing by 1 mole. Remember, times 1 over 1 mole of H2 is the same as saying divide by 1 mole of H2. Now this gives us a mole ratio which is 9.901. It doesn't have any units, the moles cancel, grams cancel. And that's our mole ratio for hydrogen. We're going to do the same thing now for CuO, and it's going to be 40.0 grams of CuO. And we're going to have grams of CuO on the bottom, and we'll have moles of CuO on top. Always remembering that these have to cancel, the grams and the grams. And 1 mole of CuO is equal to 79.55 grams of CuO. And then we'll go times 1 over, and again it's 1 mole of CuO in the reaction as well. And the mole ratio here is going to be 0.5028, and as you can see this one has the smaller of the 2 mole ratios, so the limiting reagent is going to be CuO in this case.